All right, so this is going to be like part two. So this is just to like culminate because I showed you all the other maps and all that. So the idea is, let's imagine, I mean, just imagine sake, right? Let's imagine you have like the right and the left sides of this map, right? And then you have that body of water, that consciousness, whatever in the middle, okay? Whatever dominates in that little water will change the consciousness. Let's imagine, right? So whatever ideology, whatever. So if you have a situation, because like again, when you look at this from the perspective, I'm talking to you about the agenda, how they're using religion to suppress the feminine divine. But keep in mind also, like for example, in European countries, they're supposedly Christian, a lot of people, and there's a lot of other factors that are keeping consciousness down as well. Okay. But again, precisely the feminine divine, I'm talking to you about the one that is precisely trying to keep down the feminine energy. Okay. So this is with the agenda. So imagine, let's just imagine that if you look at Iran, right? Imagine that in Iran, there would be like a wind of consciousness blowing over towards that water, okay? And from the other side, from Spain and France, there's a chakra, and I'm on that side, and maybe there are other chosen ones on that side, and people are waking up on that side. I don't know if you remember a couple months ago, I think also there was like this big uprising. If everybody remembers, in Morocco, there was like this big uprising. Um, and like that's, for example, not related to religion, but related to the fact that people are awakening. So they are noticing stuff and that people are getting angry, right? So that's what I mean. Like that side has a higher propensity to have that kind of like, um, I know, in America called what when that happened in Iraq, like the Arab Spring. I'm not gonna call it an Arab Spring because, like, again, that's a different culture. But you know what I'm trying to say. Maybe that's like the Maghrebi Spring, right? The people started like protesting the government and all that in that region. So when you look at, imagine like if Iran has this Stargate there, and this is where the war is starting. So we have a valid reason to think like, something must be going on over there. Let's imagine there's some kind of energy that has to either like come through or something like that, and it would blow across that water, and it would create a different mentality, a different an ascension process in the consciousness, right? So again, what happened yesterday with Israel and Lebanon, right? I don't have any pointers or anything. They specifically, if you look on the map, you see where Lebanon is. They attacked Lebanon, which is kind of like directly in front of Iraq and Iran, like, and tried to create a trauma in that little region, in that area, to bring down the vibration. Because what if, like, for that energy to enter, everybody needs to be vibrating at a certain level, or we just kind of, or for it to work, maybe, or something like this, right? So it's like, even if you just look at it from that, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's in my head. It could just be in my head. I'm just theorizing because this is Simlandia. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on, just like everybody else. But imagine, just conceptually, what if like that attack on Lebanon specifically, right? I mean, it wasn't Syria, it wasn't like they, it wasn't Jordan per se, but they did it in that area, maybe, specifically to like, you see, it touches the water to like try to obstruct any kind of positive energy coming from that Stargate, maybe that would like expand out and continue to meet the energy that's coming from the other side. I don't know. That's just a theory. That's just a theory. But it, like, I don't know, it's just interesting to look at it from that perspective sometimes, energetically, like, like what could be the objective what is the objective, or what are the tactics, or what is it that they're trying to do, and trying to pinpoint what it is that the enemy is trying to stop from happening. But yeah, so basically, like I said, the Mediterranean is and I think that, if I'm not mistaken, if you looked at the other map, I can pull it up again. Look at this one, right? That throat chakra is smack dab, touching Egypt and what would be the Holy Land. It's like smack dab in there. Expression, self-expression. So imagine if the feminine energy hits that chakra, like, you know, for everybody, not only just for like women, but like it's for everybody. Because even if, let's say, I was talking about one religion or the other religion, but everybody will be able to express, like even men, like, oh, I don't really feel like this aligns with me anymore, and women will be like, well, I feel like I can do this. You know what I'm trying to say? It's smack dab in the middle of that region, and then there they show you a little bit above where the heart chakra is, the green one. So I don't know, just a thought, just one of those thoughts that I have. Maybe I'm still integrating that energy that came in from yesterday and being real analytical about everything. I don't know, maybe, but it's just a thought. It's something to think about as to what they're doing, what's going on. What's this talk about energy, that energy crisis in Europe? There's an energy crisis. I don't know. That could be what they're talking about, that energy crisis. Anyways, food for thought.